Yo, this your boy EC22, and this is the Fairweather Fan channel, podcast, whatever. But this episode is called Let's Talk About It, where we have just a few little hot takes before we get into the Fairweather Fan podcast. Is coming up at the top of the hour at 6 o'clock. So I'm going to run through this real quick. So let's go ahead and start with some Texas high school football. Listen, real quick, I'm going to run through class 4A all the way to class 6A, but I'm not going to get to every single school that's playing. I'm going to give you the teams that I like and the team that I'm following. But if you want a full list, please go to Max Press, and I'll give you all the things of Texas high school football or any team in the country, no matter where you're coming from. But let me start with Texas 6A Division I. The team that I'm watching is none other than our Duncanville high school kids. They're going against Waxahachie at 3 p.m. Saturday at Midlothian ISD Stadium. So if you're a fan of Duncanville, get on over to Midlothian and watch them guys do it. Going down to Class 6A Division II, the team I'm looking for, they stay down south. DeSoto, they're going against Willis, 3 p.m. Saturday at Waco McLean Stadium. Duncanville, let's go. Class 5A Division I, we're going with Frisco Lone Star. They play Dallas Highland Park, 7 p.m. Friday at Frisco Ford Center. Let me tell you, that's going to be the game of the week, in my opinion. Just go see the game Friday if you want. Class 5A Division II, my alma mater, South Cliff High School is going against Port Neches Grove, 7:30 p.m. Friday at Byron Green Stadium. Yes, that's what you have right there. Moving on down to Class 4A Division I, we're going to go with, let's see what team we're going to root for. Kilgore. Kilgore is playing Fort Bend Crawford. They're going to be playing 7 p.m. Friday at Huntsville ISD Stadium. And then last but not least, we got Class 4A Division II, and we're rooting for Carthage. They're playing Athens, 7 p.m. Friday at Tyler TMS Rose Stadium. There you have it for Texas high school football, man. Listen, we're in the thick of things. High school playoffs is coming. College playoffs coming. In another month, we're going to have the NFL playoffs coming. So, man, let's just dive into some college playoffs, man. Listen, let's go ahead and move on. I want to say this real quick. Let's talk about these two guys right here, Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin. Listen, if you know, then you know. They've been beefing for a while, and it's been funny. You know, I'm a fan of Kenyon. Don't know too much about Draymond other than what he plays for the Golden State Warriors. But Kenyon, I don't know him personally, but we met several times. He's a friend of the family's. So, I know Kenyon, he was born in Saginaw, but raised here in the Oak Cliff area of Dallas. We're born up maybe about a few months apart. We both born in 77, but he came out in 96. I came out in 95. With all that being said, the reason why I'm saying this about Kenyon is that I know where he come from. I know what's in his blood. So Draymond and Kenyon, y'all please end this beef soon, because I already know if things turn left, I know what Kenyon's made him of. Draymond, I'm not quite sure. But Kenyon is a professional in his right. But their beef is a little weird to me. I don't know quite how it got started, right? Kenyon on the Gills Arenas podcast made some statements about Draymond, probably just critiquing his game or whatever, not necessarily putting him in the top tier of players. Obviously, these young players, they can't handle that type of critique. Draymond claps back, and now you got this back and forth going on. But let me break this down real quick and say it this way. Listen, Kenyon, listen. Draymond Green did not play in the era that you played in. The game has changed dramatically since then. All right? No, Draymond is not asked to score. He's not asked to be that guy that's going to take his team to the promised land. He's not that guy that's going to get the ball in the last seconds on the shot clock. That's reserved for Steph Curry. But what Draymond do at a high level is all the intangibles, the things you don't see on the stat sheet. Draymond is the last of a dying breed when it comes down to being a heartbeat of a team. You can't win without him, right? Case in point, a few years ago when Draymond got kicked out for acting a fool, Stephen Curry almost cried, or actually did cry on the court, because how much he knows Draymond means to that team, all right? So even though he may not be that guy that's going to go out there and get you 20-plus points, but, man, what Draymond Green adds to the game of basketball is something phenomenal. And I think it's at a higher level even than what Dennis Rodman had. So we're not going to sit around and just trip on Draymond Green like he's not that player. Now, if you're going to compare whether he's a superstar scorer or not, that's a whole nother conversation. Now, Draymond, Kenyon Martin, yes, he's a one-time All-Star. Yes, Kenyon Martin did not make a defensive team. But please, 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 sir, go back and do your research. Go back and watch Kenyon highlights, or better yet, go back and put up some whole game footage. Kenyon was him back in the day. In a league that was saturated with talent back then, Kenyon was him. Just trust me. That guy was the guy. He brought a lot of energy, high flying. Wasn't just all about dunking. The dude could hit mid ranges, man. He was a beast out there. And let me tell you, I don't care what people tell you. It wasn't Jason Kidd that led the New York Nets to the finals. It was Kenyon Martin. Jason Kidd needed him, not the other way around. So don't ever get that twisted by saying that Jason Kidd would have started that team. Go back, sir. Look a little bit. But at the end of the day, this feud between these two is much ado about nothing. Listen, guys, respect the game of basketball. The game is supposed to take an evolution step upwards, right? Respect it. You guys are playing two different positions, and you guys are asked to do two different things. Let me check on some comments real quick. I got, what up, Lou? Hey, man, listen, we're going to join Lou over there at Facebook Talk Radio here at 7 o'clock. All right. Thanks, Lou, man, for joining us. But back to hey, let's go ahead and get into some WNBA conversation real quick, man. Listen, the CBA, it already came out. So let me just go ahead and break it down for you real quick. The CBA, they came out with a $225,000 to $1 million salary for 1 year for these young ladies. And they sent this deal out earlier, but they sent the deal back because it did not add revenue sharing. So now this is a new deal. It includes revenue sharing, will get them a max salary upward $1.2 million plus, and then a salary cap of $5 million. So women, you got what you asked for. Please go ahead and sign this deal. I don't know what else you want. I don't know what percentage you're looking for. They're giving you everything you want. Get this thing signed. You don't want to get no season locked out because you got too many great players that's coming to the W that we need to keep this energy going. If you want to see the money grow, just go ahead and accept this deal. This is by far the most money any of you guys ever made because they said the average salary will be about $500,000. And remind you, your salary average was $225,000 for 4 years. $225,000 for 4 years. Now you're getting $500,000 for 1 year. Please make this deal and get this thing rolling, and then look up the next couple of years. You never know. All right. With that being said, listen. This is our mock draft or the projected draft. The Dallas Wings are number 1. Minnesota Lynx are number 2. Seattle Storm have placed in the draft number 3. Number 4 draft goes to Washington Mystics, and number 5 goes to the Chicago Sky. Man, there's a lot to say about this draft, man. Let me tell you, there's a lot of things that can go right or wrong. Before I get off, I'm going to close with this, man. Listen. Lauren Betts, the Dallas Wings have an awesome chance to get Lauren Betts. However, we need a big. We do need a big. That's been our problem. We got 2 guards, no back, no front court. Lauren Betts and Iowa Fun would fit that category. So these are projected. Lauren Betts from UCLA, Azia Fudd from UConn, Olivia Miles from TCU, Iowa Fun from Spain, and Flo J. Johnson from LSU. Listen. Straight up, we need a big. However, if we get Azia Fudd, we may have to do some willing dealing. The person I'm willing to go trade for, maybe Arika Gumawale to go to Seattle to get Dominique Falunga, and then we can have Azia Fudd. However, get Lauren Betts or Iowa Fun would be a great addition to the Dallas Wings. Moving on over to the Minnesota Lynx, you don't need nothing. Just run the table. Either one of these ladies will fit. But if you want to add anybody, I would say go get the girl from Spain if you can, because you already got a post player. She can learn because you're only 19 years old from that. All right. Chicago Sky, I'm going to jump down to you. Listen, you need a guard. Flo J. Johnson that's where you're going to land. Either Flo J. Johnson or Olivia Miles. I like Flo J. Johnson a little bit better because I don't think that you guys have the talent that's going to accommodate Olivia Miles. Not saying Flo J. is not talented. She's very talented, but her game is a little bit common and reserved over Olivia Miles. You're going to have to get better. I'm not opposed to the fact you guys trading Angel Reese to maybe to go get a Lauren Betts or Iowa Fun or even Azia Fudd. I don't know. But you need a guard. This team need to get better. Hey, y'all, that's a habit for this episode of Let's Talk About It. Join us in just a few minutes, man, like 2 minutes, man, at the top of the hour, 6 o'clock for the Fair Weather Fan Podcast. This is your boy EC22. See you guys in a bit. Thank you for watching. Once again, like, subscribe, share, leave comments. But most of all, people, join the conversation. And I am out.